Children's Ministries. And my name is Mariah Adeoye, and here with me are Wendell Labareto
and Auntie JJ.
Today we're going to be talking about an interesting topic, which is managing anger.
Now, let's face it, we have all been angry at one point or the other, isn't it? I'm sure you smiling here, and you too. Okay, now let's all smiling, but truly, you know we have all been angry at one point, so at first we think there's nothing wrong. So today we're going to look at 3 things: the meaning of anger, the consequences, and how to manage anger. So let's go. Who's going to go first? What is anger? I think anger is a response to things that annoy us. You understand? Things that make us upset, and sometimes we are tempted to talk to people in a way they may not like. What about you, Oyinda?
Anger is when we allow our emotions to take over our body, like talking rudely to the person that offended us.
Yes, that's true. And it can lead to fighting, isn't it? Okay.
Fighting or quarrel.
Yes, fighting up. Okay, you tell us yours. What do you think anger means?
Anger is an unexpected feeling or emotion which you don't expect or want to happen. Like you tell somebody something and you don't want that person to say it. That person will not say it.
Okay, so it's a feeling of being hurt, isn't it? Especially when somebody does something they expect. Okay, so now let's move on. Sometimes some of us have experienced anger. I mean, I'm going to talk about how I experience it. But before then, I want us to know that, anger is not always bad. You know that. Okay, because sometimes when we talk about anger, everybody say, it's bad. Sometimes, but we're going to look at the 3 types of anger. The first type is called passive anger. That's when you see the person looking at you with one bad eye. And the person is not saying anything, but you know the person is angry. It's passive anger. The other one is called open aggressive anger. The one that will cause people to fight. Sometimes they will even break things. They could even break their television set. Can you imagine that? Hey. And there's the other one that is called assertive anger. In assertive anger, you calmly tell the person what they have done that is wrong, that you don't like. And for me, I think that's the best way to express yourself. Okay, so Linda, let us hear your experience.
We were told to manage a class, we were told to take care of the class when all the teachers went for a meeting. And we were telling them that they should sit down, but they won't listen. They would keep making noise, and I was angry with myself, but I didn't want to express it because it could be too fighting with them. So
Okay.
I was angry with myself.
Okay, you kept your anger to yourself. You did not tell the children you were annoying. You should have told them now, so they'll be quiet. What about you? Have you ever had any experience with anger?
Okay, I've had so many experiences, but I'll say one.
Okay, let's hear it.
One of my experiences with anger is that when I tell somebody a secret that I don't like, let's say I got a low score in mathematics or English, and I said that, okay, I got 6/10 or anything, any score is bad. And not tell that person I got 6/10. Then I start laughing. I can't tell another person. I got 6/10. Why I got 6/10? Then it will feel like me. That if that person wants to talk to me, I'll just see some good.
You just ignore the person.
Ignore that person.
Wow. For me, let me tell you mine. There was one I'll never forget, and I was I was like your age. The teacher made me the class captain, so I was the one in charge of writing names of noise makers. I was also the one that was getting the highest score in class then. So the teacher made me mark the spelling tests. I didn't know that other children didn't like that. I didn't know they hated me because of that. So one day, after we finished lesson, the lesson teacher, I was waiting for the lesson teacher We are close, but I was waiting so that I would get up when the lesson teacher was leaving. I knew the other girls wanted to beat me up. And then when the lesson teacher got up, I got up quickly. But guess what? Lesson teacher was going to the other side, and I had to go this way. Hey, guess what happened to me? Guess now.
The girls beat.
Yes. They were even poking my back. Come and fight now. When you know the one that was writing names on newspapers, then I said, civilized girls don't fight.
You made a big mistake.
Mistake. They beat me, they hit my back, they losing my hair, and I just held myself. I didn't cry until I got home. When I got home, I told my mom. That was when all the tears just came down like big tap that was open. I made my mom say, what happened to you? What happened to your hair? I said, some girls beat me. What did you do? I didn't do anything. But I didn't tell her I told them that civilized girls can fight. I didn't add that part. Should I say, why did you tell them that? So anyway, that I've never forgotten. But my dad got to know about it and told the head teacher, and those girls were punished for doing that. But now as an adult, the things that annoy me is when people keep a place untidy. I don't like untidy places. So let's look at what the Bible talks about. Anger. Maybe we should start with, who's going to start? Let's open our Bibles. Let's start with Olinda. Olinda, let's tell us, what's your Bible text?
My Bible text is going to be taken from Numbers 14 verses 18.
Numbers 14, 18. Okay.
And it says, the Lord is long-suffering and great of mercy, forgiving iniquities and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children on the third and fourth generation.
Wow, that's a long one. But you know what? Some of us may not understand what that means. What it's just saying is that the Lord is slow to anger. He doesn't even get angry. You understand? So, my Bible text is taken from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 9. Okay, what does Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 9 say? He said, don't be quick to get angry, because anger lives in the heart of fools. Can you imagine that? So God is telling us, even if you will be angry, don't be quick. Just calm, be calm. And the second one is taken from Proverbs chapter 15, verse 18. You tell us what Proverbs 15, 18 says.
Proverbs 15, 18 says, a hot-tempered man stirs up anger, but he who is slow to anger quiets contention. You know what that means? It means that somebody who is slow to anger is the one who knows how to settle quarrel. But the person who is quick, his blood is hot and boiling. That's the kind of person that needs to fight easily. So let's look at the other one. In James chapter 1 verse 20. What does it say?
And it says, for the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God.
Okay, the NIV version say, for man's anger does not bring about righteousness that God desires. It means that God can get, there's what we call righteous anger. Hey, like when Jesus was angry in the Bible. Why was he angry?
Well, angry because people were selling things in the temple.
They were turning the temple into a marketplace. So that is, he was angry for something that was right, okay? But sometimes man's own anger, we may not be angry that somebody is wearing a finer pair of shoes, or somebody is having a finer style of hair.
Or the person is getting good scoring.
Better scores. So today, remember that when you are going to get angry, be slow to get angry. Okay? Now we're going to take a short musical break, and after that we'll be back. Is B2B.
Are you hungry? Well, I've got some good news for you. Why not come over to the hottest food spot in Edition Town? with a conducive and attractive environment that enables customers to sit comfortably while they are ready to make their order. The food is clearly and conveniently displayed at the corner of the room with attendants readily available at all times. There are individuals that ensure that the environment remains clean at all times. They have a serene environment fully furnished with air conditioning and fans, comfortable seats, tables, and TVs with interesting programs in order to make the client's patronage interesting. They have on their menu swallow, rice, spaghetti, meat, pomo, turkey, fish, beans, and much more. Pastries, shawarma, chicken and chips, and barbecue food options are available on request. Indoor and outdoor services available. Home delivery available right at your doorstep. Blessed Naira has quality Nigerian food for an affordable price. To contact them, call 081-685-43377 or message them on Instagram at Blessed Naira. It's located near you opposite Methodist Church, Main Gate, Ilisha-Rema, Ogun State. Try it out and thank us later.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is B2B.
We have been talking about managing anger, and we saw that the Bible tells us that we should be slow to anger and don't make friends with people who easily get angry. You know why the Bible tells us that? Maybe you don't want to say, but okay. I think the Bible tells us that because when we make friends with people who easily get angry, we too will also become like them. You understand that? So, anyway, let's look at something else, and that is the consequences of anger in the Bible. So, you want to tell us what one of the consequences of anger is?
Can lead to trouble.
Yes, for example,
fighting.
Moses, you remember Moses in the Bible? Moses did not enter the promised land because he did what?
Because he struck the rock.
Yes, he was.
God.
Yes, he was angry with the people. So when God said he should, God said he should speak. He just hit it. Like, you people want water, okay, here it comes, boom. As if it was the one that was bringing the water out. That was the consequence of anger. So he did not go to the promised land. Or you can please tell us another consequence of anger. About Cain, for example. What happened?
To death. Cain killed his brother Abel because God did not accept his own sacrifices.
And God accepted his brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, that was sad. And you know that Queen Jezebel, Queen Jezebel, she plotted to kill Naboth. In fact, she got people to lie that Naboth said something, that Naboth was blaspheming, Naboth was saying things that was not true. And because, you know why she did that? She was angry that Naboth said he was not going to give her husband, the king, his vineyard to plant vegetables. Can you imagine? The king had land, he had so much. But that small Naboth's vineyard, the king was looking at it and said, you know your vineyard is near my palace. I just want to plant some vegetables there. What kind of vegetable will the king plant anyway? I guess you don't even want to imagine that. So tell us, what else do you think? What other experience has learned in the Bible? Esau. Yes, what happened to Esau?
He was angry and wanted to kill his brother for taking his blessing.
His blessing, yes. But why did his brother take his blessing? What happened before then? What did he do? Do you know what he did?
Yes.
Hey, you know what he did?
His birthright for a plate of porridge.
Yes, for a plate of porridge. Well, like, what's my birthright to me? Please, I'm hungry. Give me. And he lost it. And then he got... And from Joseph too. You remember Joseph? Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery because they were angry with him. They were jealous of him because of his dreams and their father's love for him. So they just said, here comes the dreamer. Let's kill him and see what will become of his dreams. But at the end of the day, they didn't kill him, but they sold him as a slave to some people going to Egypt. Can you imagine that? If you were the one.
Me.
Yes, you.
I'll never forget.
You.
I'll never forget that.
You never forget.
But
Yeah?
they will regret it for God.
Yes. What about you?
I'm not forgiving.
But do you know that Joseph forgave? 18. That's just
But
it.
me, I'm not.
Okay. But now let's look at 5 tips for managing anger very quickly. The first one, we actually made an acronym, anger, A-N-G-E-R. So the first one, A, anger. What is A?
Avoiding unnecessary arguments.
Avoid unnecessary arguments. N.
And never call people names.
Good. G. Gentle words turn away anger, so use them wisely. And the next one is E.
Engage in prayer and walk away from hurtful situations.
Yes, and R.
Rely on God and learn not on your own.
Lean not on your own understanding. In all our ways, we should acknowledge Him. He will make our path straight. And then, of course, we should acknowledge when we have also done wrong. Some people don't know how to say they are sorry. We must learn to say sorry. So remember the ABC before you speak. A, B, and C. So A stands for what?
Ask, is this the best way to say what I want to say?
And B stands for what?
B stands for breathe deeply and think this is the best time.
And C, can we count up to 10 before you express how you feel? Before you finish counting up to 10, time is gone. So before we wrap up today, I just want to tell a short story. Are we interested?
Yes, we are.
Okay, we don't have much time, but dear friends, I'll quickly tell you. There was a girl who got so angry when she saw her clothes had shifted on the clothesline. And guess what she did? Without even asking questions, she saw her roommate's clothes on the line and she just got there and used a blade and just tore the clothes, only for her to get to her room and her clothes were neatly folded on the bed. Her roommate had moved her clothes from the line, folded them neatly on her bed before hanging her clothes. Now, because she was angry, she did not follow the ABC. She tore her roommate's clothes. If you were the roommate, what would you have done?
What?
I'll tear our clothes too.
You would tear her clothes
I'll just forgive and tell her to.
Buy clothes for me.
to sew them. Okay. But dear
That will
friends,
happen next time. What? That person will get the day.
okay, but you know what? Jesus wants us to forgive. And most importantly, it means that that girl, without even waiting, without thinking through, without managing her anger, she just took decisions on her own. So we have learned an important lesson that anger can make us do foolish things and can make us regret why we did those things. So remember, it's a big lesson for all of us. We must learn to manage anger and learn to be patient. Remember the ABC. Avoid using foul language or avoid getting angry easily. Ask, is this the best way to say it? And B, breathe deeply and think, is this the best time? And C, can we count to 10? And from me, Auntie JJ, I love you all. Stay safe and be good. God bless you. From you, India.
Goodbye to you all the lessons we have learned. So put it into practice so that if you get into that kind of situation, you remember what you have learned from our program.
Remember, you say bye. Bye. Good. And you?
For me, stay safe. Goodbye.
And we love you all. It's been to me.